What's going on, guys? One, love out to everybody. We got UFC 296 Edward versus Covington. Breakdown prediction here, guys. We got 12 fights in the card. Card set at 6:30 p.m. Eastern Time. Let's fly into this real quick before I get started. Hit the thumbs up button. Also, subscribe to this channel. Also, check out my Patreon account for my face-off prediction and prop plays. You can also donate to my PayPal account. Fly through these real quick here, guys. I got a couple tough fights in the card. We got two championship fights here, the main event and co-main. A lot of rematches. Alexander Pantoja and Royval is a rematch here. Yeah, let's knock this out real quick. First fight here, we have Gaethje versus Martin Buday. Gaethje here is a well-rounded guy. We look for takedowns. Striking is kind of suspect. Head can be kind of high up in the air. But both guys are pretty big dudes, man. So pack power like that, you gotta be careful with that one. 265. You know what I mean? Those guys, big dudes, man. So anything can happen. Just take one shot and your face is not meant to get hit, right? Martin Buday here is well-rounded dude also. Durable guy. A lot of forward pressure. We'll mix it up. Look for takedowns or just come forward, and he's pretty durable. This guy can take a shot and keep coming forward. I believe with Shamal here is coming up the contender series here, so I guess more experienced guy in a kind of way as far as UFC is going to be Martin Buday. But I say Gaethje here just came off a contender series. I'm liking more what I see from Martin Buday here. I'm going to go with Martin Buday by... could be a finish, but both guys seem pretty durable. I'm gonna say Buday by decision. It's a 50-50 fight, guys. Two big dudes like this, pack power, anything can happen, man. So it can't be too guaranteed. All right, Martin Buday by decision. Next fight, we got Fili versus Lucas Almeida. Fili here is a well-rounded guy, can take the fight to the ground, come to the team out from male, experience, striker, veteran. But will drop the ball, can get hurt in the foot, can get dazed, wobble in the foot, but he will recover. Sometimes he doesn't. His opponent here, Lucas, not that much experience as far as UFC. And also his record. I mean, Fili is a way more experienced guy. But Lucas packed power in the striking department, BJJ black belt, but can get submitted, can get taken down, but this guy also packed power. So this is a tough one too here, guys, man. 50-50 because, like I said, Fili can get hurt in the foot, man, and Lucas can strike. So I'm gonna go Fili for the win here. I'm gonna say Fili by decision. I'm not confident, guys. Next fight, we got Tagir Ulanbekov versus Cody Garbrandt. This one's kind of tricky too, man. Tagir here is coming off the Khabib camp there, trained with Khabib and the rest of them. Combat sambo mixed up really well. Takedowns are very good. Striking not that bad. Cody here will push wrestling, but boxing also. So he mixed it up with the boxing. Put a lot of pressure on you. Can get submitted though, man. That's the thing about him. He will give up his neck. Most of his, I believe, all his losses or 3 losses are by submission. And he will slow down eventually after a first sit in here. But I see from Tagir, man, you know, Tagir is a pretty good fighter, man. He's pretty legit. And his loss against Tim Elliott was, I felt that he won that fight, at least by a split. You know, I don't feel Tim Elliott won that fight. But I'm going to go with Tagir. I'm going to say Tagir by submission in the second round. And I'm not too confident in this one because, like I said, Cody possibly could get a win here. But yeah, I don't really see how he would though, because I mean, when you talk about, you know, the sambo background with Tagir, his ground is pretty good, man. And Cody gonna go wrestle him and probably get caught in a submission. So yeah, so I got Tagir submission second round. Next fight we got Casey O'Neill versus Ariane Lipski. This fight here is definitely a toss-up, guys, and you should be very careful with it. O'Neill here is striking base in her, but her head's kind of high up. I believe she have a karate background, but her head is kind of straight up. You know, her defense not that great, walking to shots. We'll look for the takedowns. Keep coming forward. A lot of pressure. Lipsy here, striking base. She's gonna have the speed advantage here. And she has improved on her takedown defense. You know, she's been going to American Top Team, improving her takedown defense. So her last couple of fights here haven't been looking too bad. Toss up here, man. I definitely can see O'Neal getting a win here by just applying pressure. Because with Lipski, she doesn't like to get pressured. Once you start pressuring her, she break under pressure. But man, if Lipski come in here and you know, and perform like she did in her last 2 fights here, especially against JJ Adridge, definitely can get a win here, man. But experienced by Lipski, she should win. But you know, Lipski will drop the ball, man. It just depends, you know. And you know, it depends on the pressure. You know, it depends on the mindset too. Like I said, she has improved, but you just never know. And what I see from O'Neal from her last fight is just, you know, against Jennifer Mayer, she just looked like she was running into shots. You know, maybe she was off. You know, it's definitely less experience though by Jennifer Mayer. So if Lipski can show that experience, then I will see Lipski winning. I'm going to go Lipski by decision, 50-50, guys. Be careful with this one. Not confident. Cody Garbrandt versus Brian Kelleher. It's the next one here, man, where you got to be super careful with this one too, guys. Cody Garbrandt, man, skill-wise, the guy is skill. Decent movement, boxing, footwork, wrestling. He's on point. But only one thing, man, is not durable. Some may say chinny, can't take a hit. You're facing that man to get hit, but, you know, some guys can take a little more hit than others. Cody can't take no hit. If you touch him on his chin, the slant glance, he will get dazed or go out. And he's pretty much done. Once you get him dazed, he's pretty much done, man. He doesn't recover too well. He doesn't recover too well at all, man. I mean, it is what it is. You know, even against Trevor Jones, you've seen it. I can believe in the 3rd round. He was getting tired. Can Brian Kelleher do that? I mean, just the movement alone, skill-wise, I believe Cody's a way better fighter in skill and movement, but takes one shot, man. And, you know, Brian is not really the best striker here, but his wrestling is what's his, you know, stand out the most. And he can get submitted. Seems to get submitted a lot. Yeah, but I would say Brian is more durable. Yeah, I would say Brian is more durable as far as like striking part, but he can get submitted. This is a toss up here, guys, because like I said with Cody, man, and that guy, man, just doesn't take much. As you can see, Brian been submitted like 8 times. You know, he's known to get submitted, and Cody been knocked out like 4 times. You know what I mean? So it's like one of these fights where if Brian come in here and just come forward and catch him, they could finish him. And Brian Kelleher doesn't really get finished by strikes. So it's one of those fights where you gotta be careful with it. I'm gonna go with Cody, but I'll be very, very careful with this one. And this one is probably one of the fights where I'll be very, 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 very careful, because I could see Brian just catching him with a punch. Brian has a puncher's chance, believe it. So that's just basically it. So I will go Cody by decision, not confident, be very careful. Irene Aldana versus Carol Rosa. I like what I see from Aldana here, especially from her last fight with Amanda Nunes. I know it wasn't, you know, didn't really push the pace as much, but she didn't get finished in that fight. She went to a decision, so that's not bad. You know, it's a 5-round fight. I feel that with Arena here, Arena's boxing or technique is a little better than Carol Rosa. You know what I mean? So Rosa's not a bad fighter, but I just feel that Arena is just a little more seasoned fighter, technique a little better. You know, so I'm gonna go with Arena here. I'm gonna go Arena by decision. I give Arena 60%. I give Rosa 40%, but still be careful with this one. Similar to Casey O'Neal and Ariane Lipski. Careful. Next fight, we got Alonzo Menfield versus Dustin Jacoby. Alonzo here, heavy-handed dude. Look for takedowns. Very powerful, athletic guy. Will gas out. But he's a little more pacing himself now from the last fight I see. At least his last, I guess, Jimmy Crute, you know, a little more pacing himself there. But he's a very explosive guy, though, you know. Jacoby is more of a technician, you know, kind of set the pace there. Look for the opening, more kickboxing base. Can get taken down, but he's been working on that. And if Alonzo going to try to take him down, Alonzo will gas out himself. So, but more technical striking from Jacoby and cutting angles, switching stance. I like Jacoby here for the win. I'm going to say Jacoby by decision, but still be careful with it though, guys. I say 50-50, but I like Jacoby. All right. Next fight here we have Josh Emmett versus Bryce Mitchell. A couple of tough fights here, guys. A couple of fights were kind of a question mark for me. Emmett here is pretty well-rounded dude, man. Wrestling base, heavy-handed. He's very heavy-handed, but slow at the movement though. But he will catch you though. He will counter you. He's a one-hitter quitter here, man. Mitchell, on the other hand, is more of just a grindy wrestler. Striking is not on the level of Emmett, but it is kind of getting kind of better in a kind of way, but still kind of hittable. But he's getting better with head movement and cutting angles and getting off the cage, but his wrestling is where he shines. I just feel that Emmett just takes a lot of damage, man, from his last fight here against Toporo. Actually, he fought Toporo too. Looking at Thug Nasty. Yeah. He, against Toporo, both fought Toporo, and Toporo finished Mitchell in the second round by submission, but you can't really look at it like that, the MMA math kind of business. But if you look at that fight though, Mitchell was giving Toporo a run. First and second round, he was kind of, he was kind of taking it to Toporo, until he got caught. Toporo against Emmett, Emmett wasn't doing well at all. Emmett took a lot of beating in that fight. So, and took a lot of abuse, a lot of damage in that fight. You can't look at fights like that though, because then it will mess you up because, he beat him, so he should beat him, or him beat the other guy, so it can get confusing, and that's how you end up messing up yourself. But I'm gonna go with Bryce Mitchell here. I'm gonna say Bryce Mitchell by decision. I give Bryce 60%, and I give Emmett 40. Not too confident though. Next fight we got Tony Ferguson versus Paddy Pimblett. And all over the end of the day, these guys are training and they come in here and they deserve to be here, man. I push love all the time, but I have to read off on stats and performance. And what I see from Tony Ferguson lately, man, he just hasn't been looking good, man. You know what I mean? Like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 losses in a row, and there have been finishes, triangle chokes, and knockouts. That kick from Michael Chandler wasn't great at all. It was a very nasty knockout. Justin Gaethje knockout was pretty bad too. It just doesn't look good in there. Like, remember now, after a while, you take shots to the head like that, consistently, a lot of damage. Remember, everything is in the mind. Everything is in the mind, man. Your brain is like the motherboard. Everything is within. So if you damage your components on the inside, you're done. You're just going to be an empty shell. This goes for your organs too. Liver, kidney, gallbladder, your cells, immune system. If all that stuff is damaged, your body is done. And if the brain is damaged, you're done. Same thing with your spine. Which your spine runs all the nerve endings, which works the organs too. You know what I mean? So if those get damaged, you're screwed. So I feel like, I feel with Tony Ferguson here, I feel took a lot of brain damage, man. A lot of hits to the head, dude. Too much. Like, what I mean? Your head is not meant to get hit overall, but that's the game you want to play, and people do it, for a living. So you choose. You have choices to make out here. You choose what choice you want to make in life. So all over the end of the day, everybody got the journey, the path to travel. You choose, But I just feel that Tony is pretty much done here, man. I feel, Paddy Pimblett is going to push more ground here, which he should, Can Tony submit Paddy? I mean, Tony's not submitting anybody. When the last time Tony got a submission? Against... Shoot, even against Daniel Cerrone, he wasn't looking that good. Because the eye of Daniel Cerrone got messed up, but last time he got submission was triangle choke by Kevin Lee back in 2017. I just don't like how Tony's looking in there, man. Again, guys, check out my face-off picks, which I'm going to watch the face-offs, and I'm going to make a decision on what I see and the weigh-ins. So check out my Patreon account for that. I will make changes, possibility, but I'm liking Paddy here, man. I say Paddy by submission in the second round. I know Tony Ferguson is training with David Goggins, supposedly. I saw some stuff he's training with him, but it's the same thing over and over again. His brain is not processing. His reaction time is not processing right. You can see when he's throwing his punches, it just not it's not firing out properly, and you can tell when he's supposed to defend, he's not. His reaction is slow to the punches that's coming towards him. Then he's doing this thing where he's defending, but then he's spinning around, leaving his back, and like doing certain things where it's just you can tell that something's wrong, you know. But it is what it is. Everybody got choices to make. But I'm gonna go with Paddy here. I'm gonna say Paddy by submission in the second round. Not sleeping on Tony Ferguson. He could win, possibility, but damage, not being durable, brain messed up, too much hits to the head. It's difficult, man. So Paddy by submission second. Next fighter, we got Shavkat Rakhmonov versus Stephen Thompson. This is a good fight here. My boy Thompson in the house. This fight here, man, a guy like Rakhmonov, man, this guy's a zombie, man. Durable, but he's hittable, though. But he's pretty well-rounded in every department. Ground, submission, and he's durable. And he goes for the kill. This guy he goes to take you out all the time. You know? He's pretty much, 9-8? He has never been to a decision. So, his 100% rate finish. You know, yeah, 8 knockout and 9 by submission, man. But as far as like experience-wise, I would say Stephen Thompson, more kickboxing background there, and also the MMA guys he fought. But problem with this fight here, man, Stephen Thompson is good on the movement, and what I see from Rakhmonov, I feel Thompson has a better movement, but again, it's the takedowns. Can Thompson stop the takedowns? That's the thing. If Rakhmonov study footages, he will know, you just need to get Thompson down. Kevin Holland fight, when Thompson fought Kevin Holland had him down, I believe, in the second round, and he did this thing where, okay, I'm not going to take you down, I'm going to stand and strike with you. I believe Kevin Holland, pushed the takedowns more, he would have won the fight. Or if he kept Thompson down in that second round, he would have won the fight. He got up and gave Thompson the opportunity to strike with him. So, Kevin Holland wanted him to be more stand up and no takedowns. And they agreed on that. I don't think Rakhmonov is going to agree on not taking down Thompson, man. And you're dealing with a durable guy that can take a hit. Now, I'm not saying Thompson can't catch him, because Thompson's a good corner fighter. And, his boxing, his kickboxing, and the combinations, especially his head kicks, which Rakhmonov can get caught, man. But, man, it's just the takedowns, man. It's just the well-roundedness. I just feel like Rakhmonov, if he wants to, he can just get the takedown on Thompson, in my opinion. So I'm going to go with Rakhmonov here. I'm going to say Rakhmonov by decision. But I'm not confident, because I'm not sleeping on Stephen Thompson. Stephen Thompson, my boy, man. I'm not sleeping on him, man. And the possibility he can win the fight. If he catches Rakhmonov with a shot, believe me, and get him dazed, he most likely possibility can finish the fight. So look out for that. Rakhmonov by decision, though. Next fighter, we got the co-main event, Andre Pantoja versus Brandon Royval. Part 2. These guys fought before. Saw the first fight, and then Pantoja submitted him in the second round, but up to then, Royval was looking pretty good in that fight. And I like what I've seen from Royval, in his other fights, his last 2 fights there. Not looking too bad. Look like he's improving a lot on a lot of things. Pantoja going to be the more experienced guy here. And he's well-rounded and has submission game, BJJ black belt. And Royval is pretty good on the ground, too, with a submission background, too. It's a tough one here, man. Alex Pantoja went to, the fight with... fight they had with Brandon Morona there, went to a split decision, but it was a war, man. It was a battle with that one. I don't know, man. It's a 5-round fight. Kind of pushing towards Brandon Royval here. I was kind of going towards Andre Pantoja, but I kind of switched it for Brandon Royval. I saw some things in the first fight when they had. I just feel like Brandon can get a win here, in my opinion. Probably that pace, the cardio. Yeah, I mean, that is what I feel, So I'm going to go with Brandon Royval. I'm going to say Brandon Royval by decision, and I'm not confident, man. At least the co-main and the main, I'm not confident. There's a lot of fights in here that are question mark fights. You got to be careful. Main fight in the card, we got Leon Edwards versus Colby Covington. This one is a tricky one too, man. Kind of had Leon here going for a second here. Leon striking, well-rounded. Worked on his takedown defense, but can still get taken down, though. Colby last fight was against Masvidal. Yeah, but Jorge Masvidal. Thing about Colby here, he starts off kind of slow, but then he picks up the pace though, man. So he's like start off slow first round, second, and he picks up the pace. And his pace is like it's high. Like you keep coming forward, keep looking for takedowns, throw punches, kicks, just mixes it up, keep coming forward. If Colby can put a pressure on Leon, kind of similar to what Usman did in the first fight, but the second fight, then he got caught with a head kick. Again, Colby defense, first round, second, is not that great. Like I said, but Colby gets better as the fight goes on. Leon slows down as the fight goes on. Oh, man. Tough one here, guys. I must say Colby here, man. I'm going to say Colby by decision, but not confident, man, because Leon could win this fight, especially by a knockout. So be careful with this one, guys. Colby by decision. Quick look at the odds here. So we're working with them crazy odds. Crazy odds. Let's see. Where is it? Interesting. I never see. Okay, here we go. Let's start from here. Well, it's all mixed up. Okay, Colby Covington is underdog. Okay, you know. There's nothing, I mean, he hasn't been fighting. We've been off for like a year, I think. Leon Edwards been showing that, you know, beat Usman, so it makes sense. So, like I said, this one is, I had Leon Edwards and I switched it. So, careful with this one, man. Fili and Almeida. Fili is favorite. I don't disagree with that, but be careful. Like I said, Fili can get hurt, man, in the foot. Lucas can strike. Tagir and Durden. I like Tagir here. Not that much of a high odd, but still be careful. Lipski and O'Neal. Damn. What the? They got Lipski. They got O'Neal at 198, -1. The guys, Lipski and O'Neal is an even fight. Lipski and O'Neal is an even fight. Careful with this one. From what I see from Lipski, especially her improvement, careful with this one, man. It's an even fight. Careful. But it's a fight where you want to be careful with it, as in the sense of probably leave it out if you're parlaying or whatever you're doing. So, like, that's what I mean. Brian Kelleher and Garbrandt 190. A guy like Garbrandt shouldn't be so high on odds because he's not durable, man, and it doesn't take much. You know, you catch him in his head with a kick, or knuckles catch him in his head, he can, you know, flash knock down, or once he get hurt, he doesn't recover well. Careful with this one, man. It's a closer fight, believe it. Irene Aldana, Aldana 180. Don't miss nothing much wrong with this one. But sometimes, like I say, with some of the women fights, you gotta be careful, because sometimes they drop the ball, like some of the guys too. Careful. Alonzo and Dustin Jacoby. Wow, Jacoby is high. I don't see nothing wrong with that too much, him being 270, but I don't know, man. I just feel Alonzo Memphis is still a dangerous guy. He's still a heavy-handed striker. Push forward, you know. So, but I would be careful with this one. I think it's a little bit too high. I would be careful. Bryce Mitchell and Josh Emmett is getting too high. I like Bryce Mitchell, but it's too high because Josh Emmett is not a bad fighter. When you see odds like this and the guys are not a bad fighter, it shouldn't be so high in the odds. It should be real closer, because Josh Emmett could get a win. Could catch Bryce Mitchell with a punch, man. Bryce Mitchell has a punch. I mean, Josh Emmett has a puncher's chance, man. And he's heavy-handed, so be careful. And Bryce Mitchell is not really much of a striker. He's more just won't want to wrestle. So, like 2-something here for Bryce. You should gotta be careful, man, because Josh Emmett can end it at any time. One hit or quitter. Pimblett and Tony Ferguson. Pimblett 300 and something. Honestly, I don't see nothing wrong with that, man. What I see from Tony Ferguson, it just doesn't look good. It doesn't look good, man. As far as like durability, you know, health, don't look good. Yeah, doesn't matter if he trains with David Goggins or whoever, it does the same thing over and over again. So, Rakhmonov and Thompson, damn, Rakhmonov 600. No, this is crazy here. When you see that, you gotta be, remember I told you with the odds are too super high like that. Pimblett and Ferguson, maybe, because like I said, Ferguson, I think mentally he's not there. His body is not, mind is not there. Thompson is a good fighter, man. And Rakhmonov can get touched. Believe me, he's open. Sometimes his chin is high and he's kind of walking forward. Can't do that with Thompson. And if he, depends on what the game plan is. If he's coming in here to strike, Thompson could touch him up on the foot, touch him up, and outscore him and probably even knock him down. If he chooses to grapple now, that's different. But what does he choose to do? What game plan is he coming in here with? He shouldn't be no 600, man, against Thompson. Be very careful with this one. It's Thompson and Rakhmonov, be very careful. Thompson is a freaking veteran. Kickboxing background from way back WCL. Sorry, guys. A lot of other kickboxing matches and just all around a good fighter. So I'm going for Rakhmonov because I'm in my mind, if I was a coach, I'd be like, go in there, touch a little bit with the hands, shoot takedowns. Pin him against cage, shoot takedowns. Close the distance quickly. Cut him off, go for takedowns. Use the striking instead of takedowns. Wrestle. It's basically it. So that's how I would go in there and do. But again, I can't say for that because I don't know. You can go in there and do the total opposite. So be careful with this one. Pantoja and Royval. Royval is underdog here. Pantoja is 192. I could see that too. Pantoja beat Marono, champion, but these fights are too close. Pantoja, Rakhmonov fights here are very, very close fights. So odds are slightly high, especially for Rakhmonov. Sorry. Rakhmonov. For Rakhmonov is pretty crazy high. It's kind of a disrespect to Thompson in a kind of way. Make Thompson look like he has no chance. Where he has a kicking chance and a punching chance and a movement set up his striking, definitely. So believe that. From what I see from Rakhmonov against Neal, is it Jeff Neal? Yeah, against Jeff Neal, he was getting touched in that fight. So and also got hurt. So if he runs into Thompson and run into a punch or a kick, lights out. I remember I said that, so be careful. So that's it right there, guys. That's my odds breakdown there. Remember to subscribe to this channel, hit the thumbs up button so this videos can get out. And one love out to everybody, guys. Os.